WTWO, your local election headquarters.
Thank you for tuning in to WTWO's special election coverage, where tonight we meet all four candidates for Terre Haute mayor. Up next is Karrum Nasser. We've known him as a city councilman for the past 4 years. He's also a Terre Haute native and a father to 4.
He tells me one of his desires is for Terre Haute to be a community that can retain young people and help them thrive. He says he knows that Terre Haute can do better, that the city needs a visionary and a mayor who will take risks.
Sheridan Park has always, to me, been kind of like a heartbeat of what the rest of our city does.
Potential. That's what Terre Haute mayoral candidate Karrum Nasser sees at Sheridan Park. There's plenty of open space, but you have to seize it.
And when I did my event here, blew up the bouncy houses, it was like a magnet because all these kids started coming here.
Nasser says there's an argument that people don't think they're getting a good return on their taxpayer investments.
There are people that, feel like they have nothing to show for it.
He says he's very supportive of utilizing casino cash flow if it comes after November's referendum vote. And he wants people to see where that money is going. Tackling drug addiction, new public safety buildings, better features to our parks.
Whether that's splash pads, a water park, I'm sure they want some of it to be used for infrastructure. Right now we get about $1.4 million to do our roads here in our community. Maybe we need to double that since we're so far behind.
But the 43-year-old candidate does see what the city is worth. He's been rooted here his entire life.
Where we have a lot of assets that most communities would die to have.
After all, Terre Haute is the crossroads of America. Nasser also touches on having one of the best airports in the country and our 4 colleges.
We have a lot of pipeline talent here. That what are we doing wrong to not retain those people here?
Some ideas he's taken visiting other communities around the state and beyond might make a good fit, like creating makerspace, an innovation spot where high-tech equipment is available for aspirations.
Maybe somebody wants to, has a design for a product that they need help with, that maybe they need to utilize 3D printers to get that product off the board, and then maybe they need help getting somebody to manufacture maybe 1,000 of them.
As for opportunities for those who already choose Terre Haute, Nasser says there's a gap in our skilled workforce. He thinks before bringing jobs to Terre Haute, people need to be better trained, and he thinks that's the city's responsibility.
We have over 1,500 jobs that are available right now in our community that can't be filled because we don't have a skilled enough workforce.
He says the city should match state grants given to businesses through next-level jobs to better facilitate employment in Terre Haute.
Until we give people the tools and the education to be able to fill those jobs, we're never going to be able to move forward.
As far as transparency goes, Nasser prides himself on never missing a city council meeting since he was elected 4 years ago. He says he does his best to return every phone call and provide accurate information to those who do reach out. But as a whole, thinks officials should make themselves more available to the public.
If people think that everything's fine right now, then I'm probably not the candidate for them. But I think that if people take a deep down look on what's going on in our community, hopefully they realize that we can do a lot better.
Nasser says this is the most important election in a generation. It goes beyond the term of mayor. He says decisions now will impact the next 20 or 30 years.
He says Terre Haute is years behind the times when compared to other communities like Bloomington, South Bend, and Fort Wayne. Nasser talked about making sure people can see where their taxpayer investments go.
Now, there were a couple of countywide tax increases in 2018 to help set up additions to the community. The 0.75% local income tax breaks down into several portions. That's the 0.25% to construct a county jail, 0.2% for payment on jail operations, another 0.2% for public safety, which was split between the county and the city, and a 0.1% for E911 services.
2 portions of the local income tax have already generated over $2 million since October of 2018. That's the 0.25% to construct a jail and 0.2% for public safety. Both are set to expire in the coming decades. County Commissioner Judy Anderson says both taxes will bring in close to $5.2 million a year to build the jail.
A 1% food and beverage tax also passed to help construction. at Convention Center. Since November 2018, that tax brought in over $1.8 million. Of that revenue, $820,000 has been dispersed for the Convention Center. Also, property taxes were adjusted last year. Many residents and business owners saw an increase in property taxes after the adjustment. This while the Vigo County School Corporation's property tax increase depends on the November ballot.
Well, another candidate running as an independent focuses on Vigo County schools during his campaign.
Shane Meehan filed to run for mayor last this election season. He hopes his presence away from politics will speak to the public.